Welcome to putting up a Bjurt by yourself. The first thing to keep, this is a shower Bjurt, the small four-sider. The first thing to keep in mind putting up a shower Bjurt by yourself is don't do it. Get some help. It's a large, strong structure and it can bend itself, so if you put up by yourself, you're just asking for trouble, but sometimes all you have is a cameraman and maybe a baby. I brought a baby along for reference. They're not much help. Try to pen them in and work fast, and maybe you'll be able to get your job done. Say hi, Nate. Okay, referring to your Bjurt package that you have received and possibly built, please pan down to the complete structure. We have the main package, which consists of the cross braces, the roof poles, and the vertical braces, all tied up in a pretty rope. We have the 4 horizontal braces that will be added after it goes up, and we have 2 spare pieces from cutting out the roof poles, or cutting out the horizontal braces, and some scrap pins to use for that. So we will first put this thing upright, and this is not upside down. The main hub is here, the roof poles go up to the top flanges, so it's ready to go. You just need to get the rope off and allow it to open up a little bit. I am working on grass. Playa will work like grass in grabbing things and keeping it from skidding away from you. Asphalt or concrete are a little bit too hard and flat and may cause you some problems. So try to find a natural surface, or at least the right kind of man-made one. All right. When you put the vertical braces down, they are attached at the bottom. Spread them out in different angles so that when you open the structure, they won't cross and clash. When you let the rope go, you have to kind of hug the whole thing so that you can get this right. Again, this is why you don't do it alone. And don't worry if the baby cries a little bit, it takes him a while to starve, we've checked. There, he agrees. Okay, we have the verticals down. We've walked the structure out a bit. Okay, till the height is about 5.5 feet, which is what the final is going to be, but the roof is inside. At this point, the forces aren't too great, so put on these little stubby pieces. Just slide them up over. You can pin them in place if it looks like they're going to move. If these are freshly cut and they just stick in there, that's fine as long as you don't think it's going to come out. Okay. So with those in place, you can start the fun. Yes, that's right. This is popping the roof. When you pop the roof, everything is going to want to get as flat as possible because you made the roof poles as long as possible, so it would be a nice tall structure. So it's going to try and flatten out. If you have multiple people, you can put somebody on every corner to make sure that it doesn't scissors up and catch on you. But if it's just you, you have to have a little style and just kind of move through it. So the shorty pieces in the back are going to hit the ground and keep that from going. I'm going to try and use my feet over here. I'm going to get the horizontals out of the way. And here we go. I hope the bud people don't sue me for saying that. Sorry. Okay. The trick is not to stop. I am somewhat unprepared. Things aren't where I expected them to be, but if I stop and wait and figure out what's going on, I will be screwed. So instead, I'll get these verticals in place. Well, now you see I left the pins in, so they're not going in as far and correctly as they should. And you can just throw these things wherever. Just try not to hit anybody who might sue. Okay, we're pretty stable now. I just need to start the cleanup. So I'll take these pins out. Maybe next time I'll take these pins out first. Get that threaded inside the tail there. Since things are still a little bit up in the air, I'm gonna not worry about getting the clips in the ends of the pins yet. If the pin is through or mostly through, it's going to be pretty stable. I can go in for cleanup later. Once you get enough of the pieces in, the geometry starts to take care of itself, and you can actually get the clips and the pins, and it's not so horrible, no matter what your baby might say. He's just mad he didn't get a pony. Okay, now we've got 2 of them clipped, of the verticals. All right, at this point, the front ones are giving me trouble because they're a little bit out of sync, out of true. So we'll start putting in the horizontals. The horizontal in the front over the missing piece is the most important. As that is the least supported span. Now that these are in place, the other front parts start going well. I will be able to flatten this out and set it on the ground nicely in a moment. Okay, all the verticals are in place. Make sure everything's sitting flat as much as possible, and put the horizontals in. After the front horizontal, the next most important one is the rear, because of keeping the forces even and symmetrical. But at this point, things are pretty easy, and I should be able to finish up momentarily. Okay, we're down to the last 2. Though at this point I should point out that Nate is the greatest baby in the world. That having been said, son, I should point out that the rope was not put into the pulley. So at the moment this is not a shower, but an outhouse, which is very important as well. But if people confuse them at your theme camp, you'll have a bad time. Okay, we are almost done. So there it is. If I really needed to take a shower at this point, given what's gone on, I would take the whole structure, pick it up, lie it on its back, thread the shower rope through, make sure that I could attach it to a horizontal brace or a cross piece here when the bag is jacked up. Depending on how much covering I want from the sun and how much I want to let the shower steam or whatever get out, I might leave this open. I might have to work on it on the ground a little bit, or if I had an extra person and some preparation, I would have done the stuff upside down on the roof and brought the whole thing up. Any walls can definitely be put on after it's been put up because that's entirely human space. And I'm a baby and I think this is terrific. Go Bjurt! Thank you.